It's November 14th. Good evening, I'm Cynthia Walker.
And I'm Matt Ness. Here's a look at tonight's top stories.
There was a fire in Clarion University's Carlson Library.
The Florida recount is over. See the results, and as always, Courtney Maines will be here with the weather.
All this and more tonight on Clarion's very own TV5 News. The 5 o'clock deadline has come and gone, and the results are George W. Bush's lead has been cut to 286 votes over Gore, adding another 98 votes to Al Gore's total. With the new count done, the Gore campaign is asking for the counties of Volusia, Dade, and Palm Beach to hold off on any potential lawsuits until all votes have been totaled.
Florida's ballots have caused so much confusion and controversy. TV5's own Emily McConnell takes a look at Clarion's ballots. Al Gore is once again the winner of the New Mexico vote tally. This miscount occurred when officials misread the absentee total. Instead of reading a 6, officials misread the number as a 1. With the correction, Al Gore now has 500 more votes than earlier thought. Even though Gore has now taken New Mexico, the state's 5 electoral votes do not give him enough to win the election.
Former President Bush is in Madrid inaugurating a Spanish branch of University of Texas Cancer Center. While on his working holiday, the former president said that he was the most nervous father in the world, and he hoped that Americans can rally behind the new president, being either Al Gore or George W. Bush. While his father is in Spain, Governor George W. Bush is staying out of the public view today as he awaits the answer from the federal judge in Florida. The judge ruled that the recount deadline stands at 5 this evening.
Earlier today, a fire broke out at Carlson Library. Live in the newsroom is TV5's very own Mark Despotakis with all the details.
Thank you, Matt. As you said earlier today, there was a fire at Clarion University's Carlson Library. It broke out about 2 o'clock. We were there, and here's the story for you. Let me just give you some of the information that
So, right now we'll bring you the latest.
We'll be right back after this break. We'll be right back. I can do stand-up.
I want to know if the girl over there is a donor.
Somebody wants to know if you're an organ and tissue donor.
Yes.
Hey, me too.
Are you a donor? Make sure your family knows your decision so there's no question later.
This portion of the programming is being made possible through a grant from the Clarion Agway, located along Main Street in Clarion. The Clarion Agway offers a wide selection of lawn, garden, pet, and farm supplies. They also offer a large selection of power equipment. The Clarion Agway is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., and Saturdays from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. That's the Clarion Agway, located at 1130 East Main Street in Clarion. Phone 226-9270.
Maybe you have what it takes to be one of us. The few, the proud, the Marines.
feedback. And I said, you know, wouldn't a better name for a movie to come out now? And I think I'm going to make the movie or write the book. It would be a great book to have. And you can call to get her book. You can also find it online. Well, I have a feeling I'm going to be rather opinionated. People I know so. Let's ask them about scheduling. Why is it that students have such a problem here with?
Tune into Feedback with Mark Despotakis every Tuesday and Wednesday night beginning at 7:30 p.m.
We're totally out of time. No time to talk to you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Mark Despotakis joins us now live in the newsroom with the latest on the Carlson Library fire. Mark?
Thanks, Cynthia. We're going to try this again. As I said earlier today, a fire did break out in the Carlson Library, which is being renovated on the Clarion University campus. We were on the scene of that fire. Here's that story. Clarion University's renovations of Carlson Library were put on hold earlier today.
A fire that appears to have been sparked by a construction worker's torch occurred today at approximately 2:04 p.m. at the Carlson Library construction site at Clarion University.
Clarion and Strattonville fire departments responded with 25 to 30 firefighters on scene. The fire was quickly controlled and further damage was averted.
The fire had broke through to the roof, and we had to actually put some ladders up on the building, and we had to run some water lines up onto the building and cut away some of the roofing materials to get into the fire. So that was probably the most difficult portion.
One concern was the possibility of toxins released from the burning insulation. Clarion University's Director of Public Safety spoke to that issue.
Based on what we know now, there's no reason to believe that there was an especially hazardous smoke from there. To be sure, we're looking into specifically the type of insulation that was used, and we are looking into that further.
Renovations here at the Carlson Library and the Clarion University campus were interrupted today by a fire. But that's not the only university facility that was interrupted. Dorm life right next door at Becht Hall was also interrupted.
And I said to my roommate, the rest of the library that they were going to save is now on fire, so... And then, like, about 10 minutes later, the alarms went off and we were evacuated from Becht.
Construction is scheduled to resume tomorrow while damage assessments continue.
Then we get into the extent of damage, and we just don't know that yet. You know, we're waiting on the architect, as Ron has mentioned, has been notified. Department of General Services will be in consultations with them, and then there will be there'll be an assessment of what anything extra needs to be done apart from what needed to be removed anyway.
And one other bit of information for you. The Clarion Fire Department actually has plans on all of the university buildings. They've taken a look at the buildings and realized if there was a fire, what would happen. And they said that based on about 60% of their plans for Carlson Library, they were able to successfully put out this fire. They say 60% because, obviously, of all of the construction that changed sort of the makeup of the building. But everything is out. There were no injuries, and construction will be continuing, and investigation will also continue. Live in the newsroom, I'm Mark Desitakis. Back to you.
Thanks, Mark. Philadelphia police are still looking for suspects in the murder of a 24-year-old man who was shot in the chest around 11:15 this afternoon. The man is reported to be in critical condition. Eyewitnesses report the gunman sped away in a green car. The Department of Environmental Protection has posted more helpful hints to get through the winter without spending a fortune on heating oil. The DEP spokesperson stated that we can all save energy by making a few minor adjustments to our daily activities, such as setting your home thermostat at 68 degrees or lower when you're sleeping or you are away. In addition, installing and properly maintaining storm doors and windows, adding attic or wall insulation, weather-stripping doors and windows, and closing your curtains at night when the sun is not shining will also help to preserve energy. Practicing these few small steps will in turn help you to keep your heating bill at a minimum. A man is being treated in a Pittsburgh hospital today after being hit by a train. Police found the man on the South Side tracks around 5 a.m. this morning. Although the man was conscious when police found him, he was in a state of shock. His name has not yet been released by officials.
The Pittsburgh boy is in critical condition today after being rescued from the cold Chartiers Creek in McKees Rock. Jonathan Collington jumped into the creek while fleeing from police. The police say they were chasing the boy after recognizing him as a juvenile wanted by authorities. Collington was wanted for unknown reasons. A jury has decided that Michelle Sue Tharp, convicted of starving her 7-year-old daughter, will be put to death by lethal injection. Tharp was convicted yesterday of first-degree murder in the April 1998 death of Tasha Lee Lonham. Up next, radio pioneer Robert Trout has died. Find out all the details next.
Stay tuned to Clarion's very own TV5 News.
The programming was made possible through a grant by the Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant. The Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant is located at 540 Main Street in Clarion and offers dining as well as a nightclub. The restaurant and nightclub are open 7 days a week for your convenience. Call Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant, 226-8400.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by Fox's Pizza Day. Fox's Pizza Day is located on Old Route 66 in Clarion and offers all-day delivery. Phone 226-5555. That's 226-5555. Fox's Pizza Day is open 7 days a week for your convenience. Phone 226-5555.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by the Carpet Barn. The Carpet Barn is located at 470 South 5th Avenue in Clarion. The Carpet Barn is open Monday through Saturday for all your carpet needs. So call the Carpet Barn, 226-7332.
Standing out from the crowd is easy when you stop in at Fashion Bug, located in the Clarion Mall. Whether you're looking for junior trendy, girls, or fashion for women, they have it all with many different styles. With our newly expanded shoe and accessory department, you're surely to find that special touch to enhance that new outfit. And if you have a fashion question, our experts are here to help. That's Fashion Bug, located in the Clarion Mall, just off Exit 9 of Interstate 80. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. till 9 p.m. Sunday from noon till 5.
Live from Clarion's very own, Cynthia Walker, Matt Ness, Courtney Maines, Brian Cook. This is TV5 News at 8.
President Clinton has arrived in Brunei earlier this morning for the last of the Asia-Pacific Summit. President Clinton will be joined by 20 of the Pacific Rim countries, where they will be focusing the summit on when to reopen the world trade talks. The summit ends on Thursday when President Clinton will travel to Vietnam. Radio news pioneer Robert Trout died of congested heart failure in New York today. Trout began his long career in 1931 at a Virginia station. He will be remembered as the first anchor for CBS World News Roundup in 1938. The man who informed listeners of the Normandy invasion in 1944, as well as the Japanese surrender in 1945. Even after his retirement in 1996, Trout wrote commentary to National Public Radio until this year. Robert Trout was 91.
The presidential election is not only causing problems in Florida. In New York, stock prices are finally bouncing back after a week of low prices. Strong retail sales have helped to increase the stock prices as well as bargain hunting. Showing a steady increase in the Dow Jones is up by 2% this afternoon.
Surgical history was made at a heart clinic in Houston, Texas, where 51 Joanne Minich survived surgery, which included lifting her heart out of her body and letting it rest in a silver bowl for 45 minutes. Minich's heart was in the bowl while they removed 3 rapidly growing tumors. Minich's body was run by a lung heart machine for the 45 minutes. Her heart was undergoing the surgery. Minich is only one of 2 to survive the surgery out of the 4 surgeries performed.
Outside today? Yeah, it was quite a surprise to walk outside and see snow flurries out there. Now let's take a look at the rest of the week's map to see if there's more snow in the forecast. Taking a look at today's satellite map, our region saw cloudy skies today, and we even woke up to snow flurries late this afternoon. Taking a look at today's temperature map, things cooled off across the country today. Up in the northwest, stretching all the way into regions of the Ohio River Valley, temperatures were down into the low 30s today. Meanwhile, the remainder of the Great Plains, stretching into areas of Pennsylvania, saw temperatures in the mid-40s and 50s. And finally, in Texas, saw temperatures in the mid-50s today, and they gradually warmed up as you move up the East Coast. Now, taking a look ahead to tomorrow's precipitation map, most of the United States can look forward to some clear skies tomorrow, with the exceptions of areas out west in Wyoming, Colorado, where they're going to be seeing some snowfall tomorrow. And over in the east, areas in the Great Lakes stretching into the New England states can look forward to the possibility of some snow flurries as well. And finally, looking ahead to tomorrow's front map, our region's going to be experiencing a high-pressure system tomorrow, which is going to bring us more cold weather and another chance of seeing some more snow flurries. Now on to your 5-day forecast. Taking a look at the 5-day forecast, today we saw partly cloudy skies with a high of 37 and a low of 32. Wednesday, partly cloudy skies again with a high of 37 and a low of 30. Thursday, more partly cloudy skies with a high of 41 and a low of 27. On Friday, a mixture of some rain and some snow with a high of 39 and a low of 28. And finally, on Saturday, mostly cloudy skies with a high of 32 and a low of 27.
I guess it's time for Cynthia to bust out a parka.
Yeah, it is. It's going to keep getting colder and colder.
Coming up after the break, Brian Cook joins us with the latest in sports. But first, here's a look at tonight's stock report.
Where's dinner?
Well, I thought you'd be a couple of hours ago, and I put everything away, so I
What is this? Pizza? Pizza?
If you had just called me, I would have known what...
Dinner ready. It's a pizza.
I didn't know what you told me.
Too much to have dinner ready right on.
Commissioners. Do you have questions or issues that you would like to see addressed? If so, then this meeting is for you. We will take the meeting on Thursday, November 30th at 7 p.m. here in the TV5 studios. If you would like to participate, call us at 393-2398. Hurry because seats may fill up quickly. Join us for a Clarion Town meeting right here at TV5.
Look like it, but you're watching the future of the Earth pass by. Because many of these products are made from materials you've been recycling. But to keep recycling working, you need to buy products that say, made from recycled materials. For all those next in line, it would mean the world to them.
Brian Cook joins us now with the latest in sports. Brian?
Thanks, Cynthia. First-round Steelers draft pick Plaxico Burress has been benched for the matchup against Jacksonville Jaguars this Sunday evening. Coach Bill Cowher made his decision this afternoon because the former Michigan State receiver failed to complete any touchdown passes this season. Courtney Hawkins will get the start in place of Burress. Quarterback Cordell Stewart stated in a press conference that he feels more comfortable throwing to Hawkins. Cordell Stewart is listed as a probable starter when the Jacksonville Jaguars crawl into Pittsburgh on Sunday. The quarterback controversy is still an issue for the Steelers. However, it doesn't bother Stewart, who said that he is confident and will get his third consecutive start and play for the entire game. Alexei Kovalev of the Pittsburgh Penguins snagged the NHL Player of the Week honors after his performance in Pittsburgh's recent hot streak. Kovalev scored 4 goals and had 4 assists in only 3 games. The Pens travel to take on the Blues in St. Louis. Allen Iverson of the 76ers left practice today after spraining his ankle during drills. He has hurt his ankle previous to this practice in a preseason game on October 30th. He is listed as probable for the game tomorrow night against Cleveland. Allen Iverson and the 76ers are still undefeated at 6-0. For the second year in a row, Randy Johnson of the Arizona Diamondbacks is the National League Cy Young Award winner. This is his third in his extensive career. At age 37, Johnson says that he is thankful that he can still win awards when many people thought that he was over the hill. For TV5 Sports, I'm Brian Cook. Good night.
Do you want to be a member of the Electoral College? Well, if so, sit by your phone and wait. 81-year-old Democrat Ruth Miner-Kessler did just that. The retired University of Wisconsin professor received a phone call from party officials asking if she was interested. Miner-Kessler said sure, basically because she didn't have anything else to do on December 18th. Although Gore won Wisconsin by 6,000 votes, a recount could swing votes in Bush's direction, leaving Ruth Miner-Kessler to wait another 4 years to cast her electoral vote. That's all for Clarion's very own TV5 News at 8. Tune in tomorrow with Carrie LaPue and Carolyn Kelly. I'm Cynthia Walker.
I'm Matt Ness. Have a good evening. Clarion Area High School football is next.